Hey everybody, it's Friday, January 24th, and one of my favorite things about the weekend is then that is when the new previews get put up. I don't have to wait for the magazine, you can go straight onto the website, and I think that some of you might get something out of it if I kind of show you uh, what I like to do every time a new catalog comes out, and it's my recommended strategy for dealing with a new catalog. Okay, so anyway, you go to previews.com, previewsworld.com. You're going to want to log into your Pullbox account if you have one already. If you don't, that's a whole other thing. Come in and ask us about it, how you can do it. All right, so pop over here to catalog, and the new catalog will be here with whatever the new cover is, the new thing that they're advertising there. Okay, so this is it. This is the entire catalog. It's a lot. So this is the February catalog. This is for stuff that is going to be in shops in April or later. So this is how you stay ahead of the catalog. This is how you make sure you get what you want. The only way to really guarantee that you're going to get something is to pre-order it. Otherwise, you are at the mercy of us if it's something we think we should order, if we think it's going to sell, whatever. All right, so another really important date here. Our orders for this are due February 26th. So from when this catalog becomes available to y'all to the time that we got to put in an order, it's about a month. As long as you actually just stay on top of it in terms of when the actual catalog comes out. Okay, so I've been told that some of you that are on Pullbox are actually getting an email from Diamond, not from us, but from Diamond, letting you know that this new catalog is up. But then I've asked a few others of you if you've been getting that email, and you said no. So I'm going to send out a special MailChimp newsletter thing today with a link to the new catalog. Well, you're looking at this link now, and this video, in case this is something that you were just completely unaware of. Okay, so let's actually take a look at the catalog. I'll kind of show you what I like to do. So there's some other options here. You can, if you don't want to see all the pictures, which you probably do, but if you don't, you can switch to order form view, and it just is a lot more formal, I guess. I find it a little bit harder to look at, but to each their own. This does the same thing, essentially, going from gallery view to table view. Yeah. Okay. So I'll come back to this. You can go by publisher. Some of y'all, maybe only want to look at Marvel Comics or only look at DC Comics, or you really like what Image does, or you kind of know what your favorite books, who's publishing them. You can check those publishers out specifically. I can go to First Second if I really like the stuff that they publish. It's just graphic novels, and see what they have going on. Let's say I like Image stuff, but I don't really read comics. I pretty much just wait for graphic novels. I can do this. Same deal there. And what I like to do is I like to see the new stuff. So I go up here and show new series only. And what that does is it's only going to show us the first issues of a new title, so just basically a brand new series. The first volume of a graphic novel, if it's a series, or even if it's not a series, if it's still just a self-contained book, like this one down here is a new book from Victor Santos. It'll show up here too. So basically the only thing it's filtering out are things that are volume 2s, volume 3s, or issue 2s, issue 3s, and so on and so forth. Obviously, as a retailer, this is the part that I'm most interested in, because I want to see what new stuff is coming out that people don't know about. But I feel like customers probably feel the same way. So that's what I do. I like to go up here and say, just show me the new stuff, new series, new issues. And then I like to, well, I guess for your sakes, they do all the bigger publishers first. And, that makes sense. This is the stuff that people are the most interested in. And you can kind of just make your way down. They start with it goes Image, Dark Horse, IDW, then DC, then Marvel. then Dynamite, Boom, and then everybody else. Just to give you an idea of, uh, those are basically the bigger companies. When we say the bigger publishers, that's what we mean. So you can go through here. So Image Comics, once I filtered out all those other things, these are the only new buddies. So you got a new book here from Matt Fraction, and drawn by Terry Dotson, or the Dotsons rather. And this is a series premiere of a new series. If you want to read the new book by Matt Fraction, and Terry Dotson. So what I do, and I'll get back to this later, is I just go wishlist crazy, which you don't have to go to this page to do. You can do it from here without having to look at the description, because the wishlist doesn't do anything. It just basically puts them all aside for you. Let's see if I can open this in a new tab and go to wish lists. Okay, so in here, I basically go through the entire catalog and just wish list anything that I'm even slightly interested in. And then I go back to my wish list once I'm done with the catalog so I can focus on that stuff. And then from here, you can either remove it, you can change it to a pre-order, you can also subscribe to it, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But for now, I just wish list it. Or if I wish list it and I come back here and I go, yeah, I'm not actually that excited about it, just take it off. Okay, so let's make our way through the catalog. So that's cool. We got a new book written by Matt Fraction, with art by Terry Dotson. And it sounds like, oh, this is funny, in this wildly affordable triple-length first issue. So it's got a cover price of $3.99. It does not say how many pages specifically, but triple length sounds like it's probably 60-something pages. So it'll be a big fat issue for regular price. And I have no idea what this is about. Look, kind of an action. This sense-obliterating, earth-shaking, imagination-quaking adventure that spans generations comes to you from Matt Fraction and the Dotsons. So there's that. Okay. And then got the first volume of Family Tree, which we're only up to like issue 3 right now. And this was a cool kind of plant horror-based book by Jeff Lemire and Phil Hester that not a lot of people really checked out. There's a lot of stuff coming out from Image, and I know that it's kind of overwhelming, but this was pretty cool. Okay, so this is the big book. New book by Robert Kirkman with Chris Samney. And they're doing this. Kirkman always likes to do interesting publishing things. He likes to shake things up, try different things. So this is, he's releasing a graphic novel first. So this is the Prelude graphic novel. It's $9.99. We'll sell it for $6.99. And the idea is that you read this, it sets you up for the story that's actually just a firepower ongoing series with this creative team. Okay. New book by Kieran Gillen. Doesn't look like that's really for me, but for somebody for sure. Nailbiter is coming back. I have not read this series, so I'm not sure what the why that matters that it's coming back or where the series left off before. But if you're into Nailbiter, there's more Nailbiter coming. All right. That's it for Image. So there's lots of other stuff coming out that month from Image, but this is the only stuff that are either the first series in a graphic novel or a new issue. All right, so let's go down to Dark Horse. So there's a new book here by Victor Santos. So this is the gentleman that did Polar, In for the Cold, those kind of like landscape-sized books. He also did Violent Love and a bunch of other things. He's a really cool artist. Looks like he's just doing more kind of cool, gritty action stuff. All right, so I'm an alien nut. You guys know this. So this is kind of cool. A little while ago, Dark Horse had done a comic book adaptation of the script for Alien 3 that never happened by William Gibson, the guy who did Neuromancer and a bunch of other stuff. So that was kind of cool. It was sort of like an alternate take on the material since it was an earlier version of the script. And now they're going back and doing the same thing for the first movie because A lot of stuff's changed from the initial screenplay by Dan O'Bannon, and I'm surprised that I don't know why Shussett's name isn't on here, but maybe that's something that I don't know about. That was a later draft. Anyway, a lot of stuff changed. A lot of it due in part to H.R. Giger coming in and redesigning the alien. So one thing that I would think that's going to be pretty different here is that the actual creature is going to look pretty different. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm an alien nerd. All right. They're reprinting Avatar Last Airbender in a more affordable format. So not those little baby digests. It'll be a little bit bigger, like a normal size comic book, but not those huge hardcovers, and cheaper. Okay, so what else do we got here? More stuff from the Black Hammer universe, Colonel Weird. Some comic books from the Cuphead video game, which I guess is cool. I don't know what this is. I'm not familiar with Tyler Boss. I guess he drew 4 kids walking to a bank. It's a cool cover. Don't know. Alternate cover by Tyler Kirkham. I'm sorry, Ian Bertram. Tyler Kirkham. Where did I get that? Tyler from here. Okay. Let's keep going. Everything. Sequel to Everything. Not a lot of people are reading that. New thing from Mike Mignola. The Mignola verse. So it's probably be the same group of 6 people that get this stuff. And a new book from the creators of Maneaters. Spy Island. Okay. Alrighty. IDW. Lots of licensed stuff. This collection of Karate Kid. G.I. Joe. Ghostbusters. All the stuff that we're used to from them. Here's a series from... It's an adaptation of a horror novel by Stephen and Owen King. I know Joe Hill. Who's Owen King? Is that one of his other kids? So don't know much about that one. I guess I'm slightly interested in that. Star Trek stuff, Star Wars stuff, Transformers stuff. It's IDW. Okay, so actually some interesting stuff in the DC solicitation. So we got a big 80th anniversary 100 page special for Catwoman, and a bunch of alternate covers for that. There's no artwork yet, but we can see we're getting one from Adam Hughes, Travis Charest, J. Scott Campbell, Frank Cho, Stanley Lau, Gabriel Delato, Jim Lee. Don't know how to say that. And so, yeah, a bunch of different covers here. I'm sure that the Hughes, Scott Campbell will be very popular. Jim Lee. All right, so they're doing the same thing for Joker. And it looks like for his covers, we got Arthur Adams, David Finch, Martinez, was the alternate Spawn artist for a while, Jim Lee, Sienkiewicz, and there's Delato again, Lee Bermejo, Jock, and that's it. That's a cool group for sure. Okay, and that's kind of it. Not really a lot of new series. There's a sequel to Event Leviathan. Well, they're all about those alternate covers that month. Okay, so Marvel got a lot going on. All right, so a new Black Widow series. Obviously, the film is coming pretty soon. This one's written by Kelly Thompson. And so if you've been enjoying Captain Marvel or the spin-off series Star that came out of Captain Marvel, she's taking over a new Black Widow book. And yeah, it's about par for the course for Marvel to expect that. Variants for that as well by Travis Charest and J. Scott Campbell. Okay, they're bringing Champions back, and this has to do with... I think it has something to do... Okay, here we go. A law is passed that goes against everything, blah, 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 blah. I think the law is that you can't be a superhero unless you're a certain age, and since they're underage, they're, yeah, that kind of a thing. So there's some teenage heroes going on this month. We got Champions. We have a new X-Men book full of X-Men sidekicks is what they're calling them. So there's this as well, Children of the Atom. And before I'll come back to this, there's also another kind of teenage book. I saw New Warriors. Yeah, so they're bringing back the New Warriors as well. There's been some scuttlebutt about a couple of those characters appearing in movies or TV shows. Alrighty, so Empire is one of the big event things that they started talking about in the incoming. Has to do with the Kree and the Skrull. Hulkling is at the center of it to some extent. So 6-issue miniseries for this big book. All right, and a bunch of covers for that, and tie-ins, spin-offs, Empire Avengers 3-issue miniseries. It's pretty much like what you can expect from Absolute Carnage. Similar thing. This is kind of cool. How to read Marvel comics, or how to read comics the Marvel way. This is literally going to be a comic book about how to read comic books. And I know most of you already know how to read a comic book, but we get a lot of people that don't. So I'm kind of interested in this. This looks like fun. Maybe this is something we can get a bunch of to kind of use for new readers or something. So that sounds kind of like a good time. Okay, we got more Marvel Zombies. And I already talked about New Warriors. Oh, again, more kid stuff. Power Pack. Punisher versus Barracuda. Barracuda was a character created by Garth Ennis in the Marvel Max run, and he's really cool. So I guess they're kind of bringing him into the Marvel universe, and that'll be fun if you're looking for a cool Punisher story. I love Declan Shalvey. I'm glad he's doing the interiors on this. This should be a good time. Okay. What else? Return of Dr. Aphra. Got a Taskmaster miniseries for the Black Widow movie as well. Bringing back Werewolf by Night. I'll definitely check it out. I don't know how many readers we'll get for that one. We got a new X book, X Factor. And the way this one distinguishes itself is that these guys investigate crimes like mutant murders, essentially. So they're like our investigators. All right, and then a reprinting of God Loves, Man Kills. It says with new artwork. I'm not sure exactly what that means. God Love, Man Kills. Okay, moving right along. Dynamite. It's got a new series coming out of the Boys universe. Yeah. Okay, boom. Not a ton of stuff. Continuing to like. I want to read this Buffy book. This reboot that they started. It looks like fun, and you don't have to know it. You don't have to remember everything about the show because it is a reintroduction of all the characters. But it looks like they've been doing pretty good work over there. We got a sequel to Faithless, and the first volume of Red Mother, which is only up to the second issue right now and has been pretty good so far. Okay, and I'm gonna stop there because the rest of the catalog is massive. Maybe I'll do another video for me going through and showing you which things are interesting in the back half of the catalog that are the smaller press stuff. But for now, let's talk. If you're still paying attention to me, I'm gonna show you how to real quick subscribe to a series, because some people still don't understand how to do that. So, well, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go back to this Aliens original screenplay book. By the way, you have to search this for Aliens with a plural. I don't know why, because it's based on the first movie. It should just be Alien, but that's just what they did. Okay, so I had it on my wish list. Actually, let me do this through my wish list so you can. So let's pretend that I've gone through the catalog and I've wish listed a ton of stuff. I'm gonna go back to my wish list and then reevaluate here. And then I'm looking at this and I'm deciding, nah, I'm okay. Okay, so let me look at this one. I don't want to remove it, and I don't want to just pre-order it because I actually want to subscribe to it. So I'm going to click there. I don't know why the subscribe button isn't available on that page, but it is available here. All right, so when I subscribe, there's some legalese here. By adding this item to your pre-order list, your comic shop will reserve this item for you if available. This item is expected to be available on or around April 22nd. Are you sure you want to pre-order this item? So, if I just clicked pre-order, all I would be doing is pre-ordering this specific issue and this specific cover. I wouldn't be I wouldn't really be subscribing to anything. I would just be pre-ordering this particular issue. But I want to get the whole set of 5. So I'm going to subscribe, and this is the part I want you all to pay attention to. You can change your subscription quantity here. Obviously, most people are just going to leave that on 1. You can also change your subscription length. So if this happened to be like an ongoing series and you maybe were just interested in trying out the first 2 issues to see how you felt about it, you could say, I want to end my subscription on a specific issue, and then here you can decide what issue. But for this, I'm going to just say keep my subscription until I cancel my subscription. And this was actually a bad example because this whole series hasn't come out yet, so I'm going to have to show you something else. All right, so it says these items will be added to your pre-orders, and it's just this first issue here, the cover B. By clicking subscribe, I'm basically telling previews to make an automatic pre-order for the next issue in this series as soon as it gets solicited. So I don't need to go and do it manually. I don't need to pay attention to it. It will happen automatically, and it will do it for the cover Bs in this series. So even though there's no artwork for those, I'm just more interested in whatever the B cover is supposed to be. And if you are absolutely not wanting to pre-order anything until you've seen the artwork, then you're going to have to do something different other than subscribe, and I can kind of show you that as well. So I'm actually going to subscribe to this, and it is now in my subscriptions. See, right there. And I can unsubscribe now if it was before we were doing did our ordering. We're going to do our ordering, which if you looked in the catalog before, that was February 26th. I wouldn't be committed to anything. Okay, let me show you. Let's go back to the catalog again, and let me show you how to subscribe to something that maybe the first issue we have already ordered. What's a good example here? All right, let's do this one here, 20XX number 5. The first issue of this was really good, by the way. So I'm gonna hit subscribe. All right, and this is the same page we saw before. It's just telling you what you're doing. Now this is what I wanted to show you before. You'll notice here it says these items will be added to your pre-orders. 20XX number 5, which comes out in April, because this is the catalog for stuff that's coming out in April. But you'll see here, issue 3 and 4 have not come out yet. And if I just click subscribe right now, all I will be doing is pre-ordering issue 5 and not putting any requests in for 3 and 4. But I don't want to do that. I want to get 3, 4, and 5. So before I click subscribe, I need to make sure I come down here. Please select any you would like to request from your retailer for series not yet shipped. I want to click both of these before I hit subscribe. That way I make sure I get 3, 4, and 5, and then after that I don't need to worry about it. 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth will be automatically pre-ordered as they get solicited. But I don't actually want to subscribe to that, so I'm going to cancel. Okay, this is already really long, so I'm not going to go into too much other detail. I just wanted to kind of show you what it looks like to just pop through the catalog. I guess so in review, you log into Previews World, you can come up here to catalog, click the new catalog, and then down here you can look at this stuff any which way you want. By the way, you can see toys. So this back to show all items, category, toys. Why isn't that working? Toys and models. Okay. I want to look for toys and... Sorry, my computer's running really slow. There we go. Okay, so... And this will go through the different companies as well. It'll start with DC and so on and so forth. You can look at these cool statues that they're doing. Here's the stuff from Diamond Select. So that's the stuff you can only get from Diamond. All kinds of stuff. You can come up here and they got posters, they got clothes, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. As long as you pre-order these things, we can get them for you, and for a little discount too. Okay. So you can. Oh, they have games as well. Board games, miniature stuff for Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons and all kinds of those things. Magazines, books. They got it all. We just don't carry it in the store because we don't have the room. um, yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's the catalog. Hop on this weekend and it's fun. Check it out. All right. Sorry this was really boring. It was just kind of an experiment. And hopefully the sound shakes out. And wow, 25 minutes. All right. I know nobody wants to hear me anymore. So have a good weekend. And I'll see you guys next week.